Forget it.
How often do ratings come out for radio stations?
All the time.
Much too often.
Too often, that's right.
4 or 5 times a year.
Yeah.
And in the larger markets, like the top 10 markets, you get them every month. So we're always in ratings.
Yeah.
How are your ratings, all three of you? Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
I only have, a recent survey showed that I only have 2 fans, Jacqueline Onassis and Jacqueline Kennedy. And that's it.
You get breakdowns, which I think 18 to 34 among Nazi saboteurs, we were #1 in the whole market. There weren't a lot of them in the market, but we were number one. Right. And if you have a product that a Nazi saboteur wants, we can sell it. That's right. You got to have the market for that.
Yeah.
We had the most of those. Yeah, we got total audience in the morning. We have more people listening in Cleveland than anybody else.
You two are morning.
Right.
You're at night.
No, I'm in the morning.
All three of you are in the morning. That's still the best time to be on.
Yeah, I've never seen my show, by the way. It's all done on instruments. It's all done by remote controls. They tell me it's funny, but, you know, hey, I don't wake up till noon, you know, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
We just fly low and avoid radar.
Morning's the toughest time to get up anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how you people do it.
What time do you get up? What time do you go on the air?
I go on the air at 6. I get there 1 minute after 6.
I'm on at 5:30, and that's the only thing I hate about the job. I cannot, you know, I love radio and I love working, but 5:30 in the morning, I hate it.
Who wants to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Nobody wants to get up that early.
There's no point, and nobody would believe you're going to do that if you were a kid growing up and they said, for the rest of your life, you're going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I would have told them they were nuts.
But that's the hot time in radio.
That's the only time in radio. It really is. It's basically the only time to be on the air.
Yeah,
people are listening in greater numbers then. There's really, that's what everybody strives for. If you're going to be on the air, you got to be in mornings.
And there's nobody on the freeways. You can drive sideways to work, you know. If you
That's
got a
right.
hangover, right?
There is no rush hour at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't care where you live.
That's true. When
There
you
is
go to
no
work,
rush
there's
hour.
nobody there, and
Yeah.
I would assume you go home shortly after you get off the air at 9 or 10 o'clock.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Running ahead of the bosses. They're getting in
Put on a long
He
road
wants
and
to
you
see
can
me
be out.
where? I'll catch him tomorrow. Right, yeah. I got to go.
Mornings have to be. That's what radio's big gold mine left, because people need radio in the morning. People need to know what the weather's going to be and what happened the night before, and they got to have it. Everybody doesn't get up exactly when Good Morning America's on. Radio's always there. They can turn it on and find out what's going to happen today.
But they think you work 4 hours. You don't. I mean, that's not the end of the day. You finish up 4 hours. I don't know. I got a TV show that I do every afternoon, so you go back and do another thing the rest
What
of
is
the day.
that show?
It's a movie host. It's a silly movie host.
Good afternoon. This is John
43
Lanigan.
movie, yeah.
Channel 43.
Right.
Probably get a lot of action there on channel.
Well, yeah, we do, as a matter of fact.
I used to work at a UHF station, and I'm not putting them down now, because now they're fine.
Yeah.
But this is way back in the 50s when nobody had UHF receivers at home. There was nobody there. And we used to say that 99% of the sets in use were in the control room because nobody would watch the program.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I
you'd
think
say,
it's still that way with us, as a matter of fact. No, we have a good audience. It's a good station.
What kind of movies do you host?
All kinds.
Black and white?
Yeah. Some of them are talkies, too. Very lucky.
We have, we do movies on the radio show. First run, we did...
I showed Deep Throat on my show.
Did you
They
really?
couldn't show it on TV, so we showed it on there.
We showed
That's probably
Jeep
where I saw
Throat,
it. Yeah.
Really?
We had
where
Dark
Linda
Throat,
Lovelace
which was-
tries to swallow the exhaust pipe of a fast-moving Land Rover. We had, then we had the Frazer 3, which made some head spin in L.A., and we had a show with you, a movie with you. We had Frazer versus Frazer, where I defended myself in court against my clone. And then we had Tom Snyder Battle of the Network Clones with you versus Paul Moyer, pushing 57 Chevys up a hill with your nose.
See, that's funny in L.A., but here it doesn't translate.
They don't know Paul Moyer.
That's right, they don't. Not that he isn't a wonderful man, but they don't know him here because he doesn't work.
But we had other people. We had...
See, I'm sitting here now saying, geez, Paul's going to be watching this, and he's going to call and think I don't like him, and that's not true.
No, he just looks like you. But we did all kinds of clones. We had Monty Hall versus Bob Barker. And in a sell-off, they sold everything in the station. And I got in trouble for that, too.
You get in
All
trouble
the
for
equipment
everything.
gone.
Have
Oh, yeah.
any of you ever been fired from your jobs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
If you haven't been fired, you haven't worked. I've been fired several times.
Software
You get a lot of real dumb managers that really, yeah, you go through that. I've had a few of those.
Can you tell me some things you were fired for?
I had never figured it. Nobody ever really told me. They just said, you know, don't come in tomorrow, and you tune in. There'd be a new voice doing your show. And you say, wait a minute, that's my show.
I'll tell you, I got fired.
You get it for
only
rhymes.
once. I was in Albany, New York, at a 50,000-watt station. I was just a kid then, right? And I'm saying we had telephones you could put on the air, and it was Friday night, date night, so I was asking kids what they were doing in the back seats of their car. And this was back, putting them on the air and letting them tell. Well, this was back in when you were talking about all you do is play 98 records in a row and don't talk, and the general manager is calling, what do you mean? Play the music. They don't want to hear what they're doing in the back seat of the car, and kids are calling, I want to hear what they're doing in the back seat of the car.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing it in the mornings, and their parents are hearing it, and now they like it.
You get in trouble for characters more than any. I had a character called the Galloping... It was a cooking show. We had the Galloping Jew, who... he baked a German chocolate cake using real Germans, and we got into a lot of trouble with that.
They're pulling me off the air, but thanks to...
Hey, there's Zany.
Frazer Smith and Johnny Walker and John Lanigan for being with us tonight. 3 of the zaniest disc jockeys in the United States of America. We'll be right back after these announcements.
We're too hip. Hey, we're too hip. We gotta go.
Television stations.